They were more in their head than their heart. And God says we don't walk like that. We walk by faith, not by sight. What is faith? Faith comes from hearing, and hearing from the Word of God. God says He got a promise for you, a land for you to come into, flowing with milk and honey, and you get to it. Don't you let anybody put that little butter on you. You know what I'm saying? Don't you let anybody take it from you, stop you from walking into it, nullify the promises of God. I don't care. Don't let time itself take it from you. Your God is above time, beyond time, out the reaches of time. I don't care if it's been 15 years like you talking to the man right here. It does not nullify that door is open. And we get to it. I want to be a generation that knows how to walk through it. These people, because they were in their head and not their heart, because they would not trust and obey, because they would not believe a God who rescued them from their bondage and led them diligently across the desert, they spent the next 40 years getting that heart right. I'm telling you, it did. And for 40 years, guess what? That door to the promised land stayed wide open. Just waiting for a people that would raise up and be more in their hearts than their heads. And you talk about a generation who spent 40 years wandering in the wilderness, watching the old generation die off, who couldn't get past their stinking thinking. When they got the chance, baby, they changed their attitude a little bit. Their hearts were prepared from that 40 years. So that's why God may not be letting it be easy for you, because some strength only comes through resistance. And after 40 years of resistance, He built up a generation who would run through that door, no questions asked. I don't want to overthink it. I'm just going to trust and obey. And Joshua led them over into that promised land, and they fought for every square inch of that thing. And God had His way with His people, just like He needs to have His way with us. Watch this. You think I'm joking with this. They got to the city of Jericho. God says, march around the city. And on the seventh time, shout, right? Makes absolute no sense. Let's just analyze this militarily. Have you ever heard it done before? No. Has it ever worked before? No. Then what you doing it for? God told me to. And that's it. I ain't gonna overthink it. I'm about the heart business and forget about the head business. Why? Because the head business didn't work out so well last time. But the heart business, baby, we already in this promised land. I want to see what my God has in store. So we're going to do it. And guess you know the end of the story. The walls came tumbling down, and they crawled over the rubble, and they took every square inch of that city. How'd it happen? The door was wide open, and they chose to walk through it. They were prepared in heart to walk through it. And not just there, they took every place they stepped their foot. Every place they stepped their foot. And that's what the encouragement I want to leave with you today is that God has got so much for you to step into and grab a hold of. But to do it, you're going to have to be about His business and do it His way.